What are we dealing with? What kind of sauce is this?
So it's barbecue, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's sweet and spicy though.
Those are two good combinations right there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right now. Was that your go-to growing up? Sweet and spicy sour sauce?
Always.
Barbecue sauce?
Sweet and spicy, man. Barbecue sauce.
Look
always.
at this dude. Look at this dude.
Hold on.
Would you just put that on?
Hold on.
Hey. Hey. Yeah.
Okay. Heard you.
He goes back for more. Welcome back to New Heights, baby. Presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment. And New Heights is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. For a limited time, order any burger and get 6 boneless wings for $1.
Nice promo insert.
What a deal.
Well done.
We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce. As you can see by his hat, we are Cincinnati Bearcats. All right now.
Yeah, baby.
New episodes come to you every single Wednesday or whenever we can get to them. Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media platforms at New Heights Show with 1S. Jason, tell the 92%ers what they got coming up.
We got an incredible show as always. This week, we got a special one coming to you. We got 2 episodes, but they're 1 episode. They're going to be our draft preview episode. This one's part 1. Part 2 is going to be coming out next Monday. So make sure you're ready for that. The draft is coming up, Trav, and we got to do this thing.
It's almost here.
That's right. But today, we're going to talk about getting out the house with Travis and his first pitch.
All right.
Come out pitch, or I don't know if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it. We're also going to touch on draft week. As veteran players, we're going to talk to an influential Cincinnati Bearcat alum and NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, Sauce Gardner, and see what it's like to be a top 10 pick in the draft.
All right now.
As always, we got to get to first things first, which is new news. Hey, we're still top 5 in sports podcasts on Apple and Spotify. So thank you 92%ers for listening every week and continuing to make this podcast go. Yeah, I don't know. We enjoy it, but you guys are the ones that make it go, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Do we think it's helped that we become somewhat of a basketball show? Obviously, NBA playoffs are going on, and our debate of whether an NFL player can play in the NBA and vice versa has taken the world by storm, thanks to Mr. Paul George chiming in. And Paul agreed with me. I don't know if you saw the video. He definitely thinks that he could play receiver or tight end in the NFL. And he definitely thinks that there is not an NFL player that can play in the NBA.
Not a single one, huh?
That's what the video said to me. That's how I read it.
Yeah. That was unfortunate. It's unfortunate to hear out of Paul.
Do you think Paul could play in the NFL?
Yeah, probably. I haven't seen him run. I haven't seen him sprint yet. You know what I mean? I feel like that's one of the biggest things as a wide receiver. You have to become more of a sprinter.
Who would have thought?
Just like
running, you know important trait for a receiver. Yeah.
Just being tall and being able to jump is one thing, but being able to actually run, because everything I feel like in route running is based off of the deep threat. You got to be able to have that in the bag.
But he could just go in on the 2-yard line and do a fade. And
well.
But that's a big roster spot to tie up for just that. But, I mean, if it's a guaranteed touchdown, I'm doing that all day.
I would also love to, see how guys' mentality change when you put pads on. Because it's one thing to do one-on-one routes. Right now?
Are you coming
It's one thing to do one-on-one routes with no pads on, but it's another thing to do routes with pads on.
Do you think it's easier with or without pads?
It's easier without pads.
Right.
Like,
it's the same thing.
There's nothing to grab. There's nothing to.
It's the same thing.
Like, you can try and put your hands on me, but it's like there's not a lot to. The surface area just isn't the same.
Especially if you take a shirt off, hard to get a hold of you.
Slippery.
I absolutely hate trying to block people without shoulder pads on.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder.
And on top of that, it's a whole lot harder to run with pads on. It's a whole lot harder to go up and try and catch a ball with a helmet and shoulder pads on. I don't want to say a whole lot harder, but it is a difference if you're not used to it. I'm also just throwing just random facts out there that I think might come into the equation that Paul might not have thought about.
Let's revisit your stance, because I don't know where. I thought you were just of the opinion that there are NFL guys that could be roles in the NBA.
1,000%. I still stand by that.
Do you think it's
I look
NFL
at guys in
players.
the NBA. I look at guys in the NBA. I'm not going to start naming names, but I'm like, that guy isn't blowing my mind with athleticism.
But do you think
he's not just? You're telling me that there's. God, see, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
Well, if he sucks, he sucks. I mean, who cares? If you throw a guy who sucks,
That's the thing. He doesn't suck. It's just you look at him and it's like, yeah, the guy works his ass off.
Sure,
he's smart and he doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, those are all good traits. I see no problem with a guy like that playing.
Exactly. You're telling me that Matthew Dellavedova, there's not 100 Matthew Dellavedovas in the NFL? Are you kidding me? That's exactly why I didn't want to do it, because Delly got us a ship, baby.
I know.
Delly got us one. I love Delly. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell me everyone's watching Delly and being like, yeah. No, everybody's looking at Delly like, I mean, I might be. He looks like the guy off the street.
I don't think you're giving Delly. I don't think you're giving Delly enough credit. I think Delly's good.
He had, you know what he had? He had fucking heart.
He does have
heart. He had heart, and he played smart.
Do you think Delly could play in the NFL? He's got good agility. That guy plays some good defense now. He's a good defender.
Yeah, I was about to say,
if you play good defense in basketball,
maybe safety.
You got good feet and you can move. You think he's playing safety? You don't think he's playing offense? A little slot receiver, maybe. I mean, don't forget either. How tall is he?
Slot receivers, you got to have more wiggle. Delly's more of a. No. Why are we going in on Delly right now?
I didn't choose Delly.
This makes me feel bad. Delly. I should have never even said his fucking name. Delly, Matthew. I love you, Matthew. Thank you for bringing the championship to Cleveland.
Yeah, so back to your stance. Do you think it's easier for NFL players to go and play in the NBA? Or are you just saying that it can be done? Which one do you think is easier? NFL to NBA or NBA to NFL? Which like professional sports organization has more guys that could transfer to the other organization and play?
There's so much that goes into it, man. I don't know.
I think you're out of your mind.
I don't know.
I think you're out of your mind.
No.
There are so many NBA players that I think if they would have been playing football for even just 2 or 3 years, they could play in the NFL.
Name one.
Shaquille O'Neal. He's retired now, but when he was playing, you don't think Shaq could play in the NFL? You legitimately don't think Shaq could play in the NFL?
You just pick the biggest, baddest dude the league's
ever. You asked me to name one. I'm going to pick the most obvious answer. He could play receiver, tight end, defensive end. Like nobody's blocking that motherfucker. He's taking that big meat paw out there, long arm stab. Who's blocking that? I'm going to walk you right into the quarterback.
This is right. I can't even argue that.
Freaking, you just put Manute Bol out there. He's blocking at least 3 kicks a season just by standing there and going like this.
Bogus.
What, you don't think Russell Westbrook?
No, he could probably do it. He's got that dog mentality. He plays a physical game. I can see.
What about AI?
Well, we know AI can play football.
I know.
He's LBJ, a dog.
I just don't think it's even close. Like even if there was by far like.
I would say the transition is probably easier for basketball to NBA. I will say that. Wait, no, basketball to the NFL. Yeah. But I still think there's guys athletic enough in the NFL that if they would have just chose that route, they would have found their way onto a team.
So you do think it's easier NBA to NFL. You just don't believe as strongly as I do that no NFL player could play in the NBA.
That is correct.
All right. I was just trying to clear that up. All right, glad that we got that cleared up. The NFL actually tweeted out a picture of Travis Kelce playing basketball, and we're going to show it right now.
What you will see is a big body that can play well both inside and out.
I just play wherever I get the ball. I mean, I can't do it without 4 other guys on the floor. I mean, I get the ball, and I try and create for our team.
Trav, it's been a long time since I've seen your face look that good.
Gotta love puberty, baby. Had that acne going crazy.
Man, that
Where's
brought
the
back
proactive
memories.
when you need it?
You did get a reply from somebody in Cleveland Heights who apparently knows the Big Yeti from his actual shirts and skin days on the court. He tweeted out, @T Kelce used to go crazy at the Dennison Park growing up in Cleveland Heights. If you know, you know. Yeah, I mean, we were at Dennison Park all the time. Did you go right from playing lacrosse at Dennison Park to playing basketball? Or
exactly. No,
I used to.
Were you
just going to me to watch me play, but secretly you just go play basketball?
Exactly what I would
knew
do.
That was the only reason you'd be at Dennison Park.
Well, mom and dad weren't going to leave me at the house, so I had to come up there. I wasn't going to watch you guys steamroll some little kids. I was about to go
because that's all
work
the way
on my game.
Denison was all the way on the other part of town. That was on the other side.
Yeah, that too. I never got to. My bike wasn't going that far.
No, that was
car like a 30,
ride,
40 minute bike ride. Yeah, exactly. So, I was more of a Cumberland Park, Kane Park.
Yeah.
Every now and then you go down to Euclid Creek. Shout out to all the Cleveland parks out there, man. I was a baller as a kid, man. I was trying to get to every single park and
Cleveland Heights Parks and Recreation. Shout out.
Not right now.
Well, moving on to maybe the biggest news of the week. Mom's in the Hall of Fame.
What?
She beat us. She beat Tom Brady. She beat us to Canton, buddy. It's in there. The jersey and the shoes. What just a glorious jersey. I hate what it represents, but Mom, I'm so happy for you. Happy that you're in the.
You hate what it represents.
I hate what it represents or the memories that it elicits, but I'm really happy for you, Mom. You made it, Mom. Before Uncle Don, before Grandpa, definitely before Dad. You're in it. Way to go, Mom.
Shout out to Mom and holding it down for all the moms in the world. She's the only mom in Canton right now. Hopefully she's just trailblazed more mothers to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
So Mom's shoes made it in the NFL Hall of Fame. Do you think your shoes make it in the Hall of Fame?
I've had my shoes in the Hall of Fame. I've had my cleats in the Hall of Fame before. Yeah, I forget which game it was.
Oh, it was a record-setting catch or something?
I think it might have been one of the last
games. Are you telling me right now? Are you saying this right now that you beat Mom into the Hall of Fame? Is that why you're bringing up the story?
I've been in the showcase room of the Hall of Fame before, Jason.
All right, so we both. She just beat me. Good job, Mom.
If you suck, you suck, Jason.
Hey, I could have been in the Hall of Fame. I told him no.
I'm gonna keep playing.
No, they wanted my jacket from the Mummers Parade that I wore for the speech.
You told them no?
Yeah, they can't fucking have that. That's mine. Why would I give that to a bunch of people in Canton?
You can't.
No, you don't get that.
Get another one made?
No, I mean, well, they could have done that, but they're not having the real thing. That's sitting in a trash bag in my basement.
Trash bag? He doesn't even have it on display. That's great.
It's about the principle of things.
I love it.
I let enough people borrow things in third grade to know that you never let somebody borrow something you're not willing to give up.
You heard it here, folks.
All righty. Last bit of new news. Trav, you've actually been involved with the draft in Kansas City.
That's right. Returning as a Lowe's home team member this year, as I was last year. I partnered with Lowe's to help deliver some tools, some safety gear, and some supplies to the pros that need to build the NFL draft stage. And obviously just wanted to recognize some of those pro builders who are working hard behind the scenes at Union Station down in downtown Kansas City, creating the stage that is going to be where a lot of people reach their dreams. It's a magical moment, and I can't thank them enough for doing that and putting in all the hard work. For more details, check out lowes.com/pro.
Yeah, like Travis just said, check out lowes.com/pro. And for all you pros that are hard at work making the NFL draft happen and building that stage, I need a sauna. So whenever you guys are done, if you wouldn't mind building me a sauna in my backyard, that'd be great. Please. I'll pay you.
You know what you could do? You can go on the Lowe's app to quickly put together quotes that will instantly get delivered to you. And then you could do it yourself, Jason. Lowe's has everything you need to do it yourself.
Unless somebody's going to teach me from Lowe's, I cannot build a sauna by myself. I have no idea how to build a sauna, Travis.
Instructions, Jason. You're great at reading instructions.
On Lego sets.
Let's get back to the show.
That does not mean I can build a sauna, Travis. We're talking about fire.
This guy's gonna blow himself up.
Just a recipe for disaster.
Let's move on to some fan art of the week, and shout out to
shout out to Jehovah's Litness, which is a great username.
Jehovah's Litness.
Jehovah's Litness.
Good thing somebody can read. Great name on our Reddit page, who shared her art from the Super Bowl parade.
Oh yeah, baby.
Check this thing out, man.
Yeah, New Heights Goons.
The Goons. That's actually a pretty good pick. Why don't I have the gold C on mine?
Are you a gold captain?
We only do gold. Our captains.
You don't do
jerseys during the playoffs. So she might have just had a good picture of me not in the playoffs. She liked that picture better than the playoff pictures.
So your non-playoff jerseys don't have C's, and your playoff jerseys do have C's?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because we switch captains every week depending on who we're playing.
I know that was one of my favorite things Andy did. I honestly, I'm not a huge fan of like captains
year long.
Yeah, I just don't. To me, like the best teams, you don't have like captains. I feel like the whole team takes ownership. And I've always felt like it's weird to have a C on your shirt, but it looks cool. So,
yeah, especially when they're gold.
Yeah.
And you get the gold one after you fill up all the stars underneath the C. For those of you that don't know, I thought it was 4, but it could be 5.
Well, there's 4 stars, right?
Oh, nice. There's 4 stars. So
I
yeah,
think
the
your fifth year, the C is gold.
Yeah, so, and all the stars.
And the stars.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right now.
Well, either way, great piece of artwork, Jehovah's Witness. When's the last time has a Jehovah's Witness ever come up to your door recently? When's the last time a Jehovah's Witness came up to your door?
I don't really answer my door.
Is that because Jehovah's Witnesses are in your neighborhood?
No.
Like people trying to save me really just gets me bothered.
I don't even know how to react to this. Why does it bother you, Jason?
I just thought it was a funny thing to say.
Shout out to Melb2190 for sharing this classroom art from a Philly kindergarten teacher.
Hey, not
students
bad.
know just how much she loves this show. Made some fun art. Man, I wish my hips were that tiny.
Yeah, that's a great
slithery.
V.
I'd be even more slithery.
You look really. That's that V technique right there. That when they talk about the hourglass figure, you got it down pat on that thing. Are you doing a bicep curl, or are you doing the? I need to hear it louder.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
I feel like you're asking for the crowd to pump it up. That's what I think. It's just I think it's good, dude. Those boots.
You got the rock eyebrow going right now,
man. I'm not gonna lie. This is much better than anything I drew or put together when I was in kindergarten. This is kindergarten. Are you sure this is kindergarten? What age, man?
That's what they're saying.
Wyatt and Elliot are far behind. Let me tell you, they are nowhere close to this. I mean,
well, they're not.
I'm just happy we got the Crayola.
They're still a couple years behind, so they got some time to catch up.
This is pretty much all Elliot's got down. She does it on the couch, on the wall. She's just. It's a good thing they make washable crayons now or markers.
Oh man,
saving us.
I remember getting put on timeout on the stairs as a kid and having a crayon or a pen and just.
Is that we do the same thing with Wyatt? Is that something everybody does? Timeout on the stairs?
I don't know. It was a Kelce household discipline tactic.
We do it too. Kylie, I think they did it in the McDevitt house too because Kylie went right to it. That was one of her first go-tos.
All right, now the stairs. There's nothing worse than just sitting on a stair and. There's not too much fun you can have on the steps.
Unless you got a marker and then you can draw all over the wallpaper.
Not right now.
Thank you so much for showing us that artwork and making me feel worse about my children. Just joking. We'll catch up. All right, before we get to the rest of the episode, just a little reminder that this draft special episode is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right now.
Home of the All-American Burger.
For a limited time at B-Dubs, you can order any of their 5 amazing double-stacked, smashed, and seared burgers. And just for $1, you get 6 boneless wings added.
Chicken nuggets.
Jason, what's your wing sauce of choice? Do you like them spicy or what?
I like them spicy. I like them sweet. I like them savory. I like all of them. I can honestly say I don't really think there's a sauce that I haven't liked. I'll try all of them. But my go-tos, honey barbecue, Parmesan garlic. Every once in a while, if I'm feeling a little saucy, I'll get some Asian zing. And if I'm feeling a little dry, maybe go with a little lemon pepper. Wings aside, sauces aside. Don't sleep on the B-Dubs burgers.
Or this deal.
Thanks. Guys, it's officially here. It's off season. And that's why I'm about to talk to you about AG1 by Athletic Greens. I take it every single day.
What? Every day?
That's right.
You
Every
guys
day.
probably didn't expect Snorlax to be a big greens guy, did you?
Little do you know, Travis, that's all Snorlax eats. He's an herbivore. Travis, this is way more than basic greens. It's like 9 products in one. Just one serving of Athletic Greens covers all my nutritional basis and long-term gut health. With over 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food source, high-quality ingredients just for you.
Well, if you're listening to this show and are also trying to get back into playing shape like us two, you're in luck because Athletic Greens is giving you guys an incredible deal with 5 free travel packs and 1 year supply of vitamin D.
Like Travis just said, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
This is their best offer yet, and you can only get it at athleticgreens.com/newheights. That's athleticgreens.com/newheights.
All righty, before we move on, if you're trying to get out of the house, our friends at SeatGeek are here to help you find the best deals on tickets.
With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app, and there are more than 70,000. I said there are more than 70,000. That's right, 70,000 events every single day on SeatGeek. That's mind-blowing, including concerts, sports, festivals, and much more, man.
Well, this summer alone, we got NBA playoffs starting, baby.
Yeah, we do.
I'm headed to the Roots Picnic. Travis, you were just at Coachella.
Yes, I was.
Probably got your tickets to that on SeatGeek.
Not right now.
Should people try and get some tickets?
Of course they should get some tickets, man. They should go see them Cleveland Cavaliers play up in Cleveland, baby. Let's go Cavs and make a good playoff push. SeatGeek is great because they put all the tickets across the web in one place to make sure that you're getting the best deal. And each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10. So look for the green dots. Those green dots, those mean good. The red dots, not so good.
Hey, that makes sense. And you know we came through for you guys. Use code Kelce20 for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code Kelce20. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Let's get back to the show.
Not right now. Let's move on to fan tickets, baby.
Yeah, baby. So a few episodes ago, we told you guys that we had a few tickets to the live show still left out there, and we wanted to give them away, and we needed you guys to submit and let us know who was the top 1% of the 92%. Blown away by all the submissions, of course, the tweets, the comments, even some of the artwork, we finally got a pair of tickets to hand out.
Not right now.
First, to someone that might be the biggest New Heights fan on the internet. She's always commented on everything we post. She's following us everywhere we go since day one. And she got a lot of other fans saying we absolutely had to give her a congratulations. The first fan we're giving tickets to is at that zero witch Ocho E.
Okay, now
we'll put it up on the screen, but yeah, we got to give it a shot. Look at this.
People think I'm obsessed with this, but I'm okay with it. I am obsessed with it.
Oh, got a lot of Travis Kelce stuff. Not so much Jason Kelce. A couple things. Yep, there's a Pat Mahomes. All right. I officially hate this pick.
Yeah.
As if we didn't already have enough Kansas City people come to a Kansas City live show. Way to go.
We're adding another one to the bunch, baby. Shout out to Zoe.
Way
Zoe,
to go.
appreciate all the support. I see you rocking the 87s, the Kels Jam, NBA Jam style T-shirts from Homage. Always appreciated. And, I see you with the Kelce Crunch. I hope those are the closest thing to we, these kids. Make sure you get your Kelce Crunch.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the witch Zoe, that witch Zoe would look a lot. I mean, the way her eyes look, I think she'd look pretty good in like a teal-ish, like midnight green. Dare I say? I think it'd look really good.
Zoe, if you wouldn't mind just wearing red for the show, that'd be appreciated. But if you want to throw some teal or some
you want to be just like everyone else there.
Come on, Birds. Hey, Birds, we gotta find some Philly people coming to the show. Hopefully, we got some coming.
Oh, I got a couple.
Nice. All right, perfect.
All right, we got to get to our next segment. It's out the house.
Get out the house,
That's
Jason.
Right.
We're
bringing back my favorite segment. We've been over this. I love getting out the house because we've been getting out of the house, as this segment suggests. And as of the last recorded episode, Trav, you got out of the house. you did the first pitch at the Cleveland Guardians home opener, if you want to call it that. Debatable. Did his best impersonation of Jose Mesa, and he nailed it.
That was those of you that don't know Cleveland baseball. Jose Mesa arguably lost the World Series for us. It's a team game. It's a team game.
Well,
I could have won it.
Until it's a crucial moment, and one person can ruin it for everyone.
Hey, man, we wouldn't have been there without him, though.
For sure.
Yeah, and, I was never special on the mound. I was never comfortable on the mound. When I played baseball, I was a right fielder. I was a outfielder.
Time out. You pitched a little bit your last year of baseball when you were doing that summer league, didn't you?
No.
I could have sworn they threw you up there because you were throwing. What were you throwing that summer when you did summer the Wooden Bat League when you got kicked out of UC?
I might have.
You were throwing in the 90s.
I might have hit 90, 92.
Oh,
I threw harder in high school, I think, because I was throwing more and I was doing I don't know, more baseball activities. So the arm was a little more lively. So I could wing it, but that's why I played right field, because I had a big arm and I could I was better with a crow hop than I was out of a
It's not that bad if the ball bounces from right field. Catcher has time to
This is a good point. I can throw it in the vicinity.
I got to admit, the catcher did not give a great effort.
Oh, no, listen, I was so happy that
you went right up
Shane
to
Bieber
him.
got out of that way. I felt like I put his life in danger.
Listen, you gave it everything you had on the pitch. Like, you tried to throw it as hard as you could. He did not reciprocate.
And I also gripped it as hard as I could, and that's where you go wrong. You got to hold
never
the
want to
baseball
grip it
like
that
an
hard.
egg.
Come on, you know that, Travis.
Yeah, well, it's been a while. Been a while. And honestly, Mom kind of threw me under the bus. Mom.
What did Mom say?
Mom was supposed to throw it.
Mom was supposed to throw it.
Mom was supposed to throw it. If I would have knew that I was throwing it the entire time, I would have been on the mound all week.
Travis, you did warm-ups. Don't act like you didn't do warm-ups. You sent me videos.
I did a warm-up with a net that was 10 feet in front of me, all right? Not 90 feet in front of me.
Well.
So I that's probably why I went straight to the crowd.
Travis, George Bush went up on that thing and delivered a perfect strike in the name of America after September 11th. I'm pretty sure he had not been up on the mound in a few years.
Yeah, well, he owns the Rangers, so maybe he has.
Does he own the Rangers?
I don't know. I thought he did.
I know he's affiliated with them. I thought that was just because he's from Texas. Used to own the Rangers.
Knew it.
That? You're on it. You're on it, Trev.
I know. Well, he's a baseball guy. I was always more comfortable in the box. That's the batter's box is where I made my hay. All right. I could hit a pitch. I can't throw a pitch.
You did redeem yourself.
I haven't redeemed myself yet. Well, I want to redeem myself.
No, you redeemed yourself when you put out that video with Aaron Judge where you were hitting dingers.
Yeah, but I got to get back on the mound. I got to get on the mound.
I don't think anybody's letting you back on the mound, Trev. I think
we got to. Somebody, please give me a chance.
Yeah.
Give me a chance.
I think you're taking out of first pitches.
Right. I'm going to ask Pat Mahomes. He's the owner of the Royals and see if I can get the Royals to give me a chance.
Time out. Pat is the owner of the Royals?
Oh, yeah.
How much percent?
I don't know. Minority owner probably, but he's definitely in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he could probably get you a first pitch. I can't do it anymore. Dude, I'm surprised you were even able to do it. Like, your shoulders are annihilated.
No, my arm almost fell off. I've had 3 surgeries on this friggin' thing. This thing doesn't even go all the way back to be able to.
No wonder you were gripping it so hard. You're trying to make sure it doesn't fall off.
Man, all those dads in Little League baseball that I used to make fun of for saying that their arm hurt or their shoulder hurt from like just throwing BP.
Yeah.
I feel you now, guys. I feel every single one of those pitches. You know what they should do? They should do a ceremonial first hit.
First hit?
Let me go out there, throw me some BP, see if I can hit one over the wall.
You don't get to make up things now. It's the ceremonial first pitch. Let's get the Royals on it. Pat, come on, let this man redeem himself. Let the Kelce name live on with pride.
Please let me redeem myself.
Did you talk to Dad? Did you talk to the man that taught you how to throw a ball?
No, couldn't even look him in the eyes.
Because like the amount of just like pure, just.
That was his sport too.
Yeah.
That was his like. That was Dad's dream.
Like you went from
baseball.
like winning the Super Bowl, which is like every dad's like proudest moment of his son, to just ruining the first thing that he ever taught you in life, which is how to throw a football.
Play catch. Kid can't even play catch.
Doesn't remember a damn thing I taught him.
I will say this: I've been number one on top 10 before, and Sports Center sent me a few T-shirts.
Nice,
and that I love. That's one of the coolest things I've ever.
Do they send out not top 10 T-shirts?
That's what I'm saying. They should have a not top 10 T-shirt.
ESPN, what are you doing?
Why is that not a thing? That would have been electric too. I would wear that more than I would the top 10.
What would it be if it wasn't a T-shirt? So a T-shirt is like you get it if you're top 10. What should be the equivalent of a not top 10?
Like a
dog
bronze toilet bowl.
Poop dollar? A poop dollar framed. Oh God!
A bronze poop dollar. Jason, you are also out the house.
Yeah.
You last week you went out to LA and you were doing the NFL broadcast boot camp. Why don't you explain to the people what that is and how good you were? Were you any good?
No, I think they're trying to rebrand it the NFL like media workshop or something like that. It used to be broadcast boot camp for years, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got try my hand at pretty much everything in media. Got to try and call games live. Your guys' game against the Chargers last year was the radio game we were doing. I literally said, and the Big Yeti takes it in to win the game. I literally did that on air.
That's electric. I got to get that.
It was.
I got to get that clip.
I'll get the clip for you. They sent it to us. I don't know if they have the video behind it though, if it's just the audio, because that one was radio. But either way, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I got whole new respect for like color analysts. I mean, dude, to be able to give that, like Greg Olson, you're good.
He killed it, man. He killed it.
Romo, oh my gosh. To be able to come up with stuff that quick on the spot as it's all flying around, that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's a talent. It is a talent.
So yeah, you do everything. You do a little bit of TV, a little bit of radio for live games. Then you do a podcast segment, and then you do a studio, like a studio show panel. So it's fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What was the hardest part, you think? Just the in-game stuff,
for
being
sure,
able to, or the prep.
Yeah,
being able to know people's names and
knowing people's names is hard. Luckily, there weren't too many situations that I had to say like a overly complex name. I think they did it that way on purpose. Yeah, the hardest part for sure was the game stuff, because that was the most foreign thing. Like podcasting, I mean, we do it all the time. Hello. The studio thing, you know the topics ahead of time, right? There's a rundown, so you can kind of get ready for what you're about to talk about, even though there's a little bit of free flow and creativity that happens when you're doing it. You go in really prepared. The game, and this is harder probably than a regular game because you don't get like the flow of it. You just get shoved in pretty much at a point in the game, and you kind of got to go off the cuff about it. That was the thing that was most unlike anything I've ever done before. So that was easily the hardest thing. And the fact that it's just like, you don't have a plan. You have to just go with what's happening right in front of you. And it was hard for sure.
Did you have any cool catchphrases like boom shakalaka?
I didn't have any catchphrases, but they're like, man, you do a lot of like, whoa, and like, hey, like you're very animated. They said it sounds good. You're bordering doing it too much, and depending, and his direct quote was depending on who you do it with, the play-by-play guy's going to want to kill you. So I'd take it back a little bit, because I don't know if you know this, but like the way it works is the play-by-play guy his job is from the break of the huddle pretty much to the end of the play to say what's happening, and then once he stops talking, it's the color analyst's job to start going. And then you need to be done pretty much by the time that huddle's breaking again. You get a little bit more leeway with TV, but I was a little bit too quick sometimes. And that was one of the biggest feedbacks.
You got to stay in your lane, Jason. You got to stay in your lane.
But they did say, like, even though you should cut back on the oohs and ahs and whatnot, they did say one of the most important things is to just enjoy the game. Because if you're having fun, the listeners are having fun. So
there you go. You got to get a catchphrase, man.
What should be my catchphrase? Help me come out with a catchphrase. I will. I am going to take a catchphrase from my man Dougie P. if I'm ever in that role, I'm bringing the shush.
The shush.
The shush. He gave him the nice shush at the top of the route, breaks out. Shush is what you hear when you run.
I wonder if we created the shush in KC because
I think you did,
that
because it was not in when Doug and Andy were with Marty Morningwig in Philly before they went to KC. I never heard him say shush. And then when Doug came back after he was in KC, he was saying shush. Yeah. So I think that's a KC thing.
I want to say I might have created the shush.
You created the shush?
I think I might have. I think we created it as an offense, and I was like the main guy doing the shush.
To those around that don't know what a shush is, because you probably shouldn't, or I don't know why you would know what a shush is. When Doug Peterson used to go over the route, right? He's like saying, okay, you're going to press it to 5, and then you're going to shush. And it's usually on the diagram, it's like a straight line, and then like a little, and then you break one way, right? Mm-hmm. The shush means, hey, this is where you get open. Right? Go 5, do whatever you got to do to be open when you break out on that angle. Is that an accurate assessment?
You're spot on. And you can also, you can shush a blocker, or you can shush a defender in the run game as well. Like act like you're blocking them, shush, and then go around them.
It's a little deception.
Exactly.
It can be whatever you want it to be.
Okay. I hear you.
Shush. I thought it was great. I also like it because I feel like if you're doing it right, your ears should hear. And then,
if you don't feel the shush,
if you don't hear the shush, you didn't shush. Huge actual football news.
Huge.
We signed him. Jalen Hurts is officially locked up. Big deal.
The system is signed.
The highest paid player in the NFL is officially Jalen Hurts. He signed a 5-year, $255 million contract with 179 guaranteed. God damn. Gosh damn. Sorry for all of you religious folks out there. Sorry. I don't mean to take the Lord's name in vain, but that's a lot of money.
Man, that must be nice.
I talked to him right after he signed it.
$55 million, man.
Hey. That's 9 digits.
Oh, shit, it is.
You're in 9-digit territory post-tax?
Let's give it up for Jalen Hurts, everybody. Huh? How about it? That's pretty damn good, man.
Yeah,
Congrats to the Eagles. Go Birds, man, until you play the Chiefs. Let's get to some 12 bold topics to kick off the NFL draft week. We are officially about 1 week out from the 2023 NFL draft. And at this point in the process, as veterans, are we involved at all in the draft? Like, have you given your 2 cents to anybody?
No.
Nope. I haven't either. Because
I will say they have asked me.
I know nothing.
They've asked me for a couple years. Like, we're obviously looking for guard centers before. And in particular, last year, I looked at Cam Jurgens and a couple other centers. We ended up drafting.
You drafted Cam Jurgens?
I will say this is where I stop by saying, like, was I involved? Like, yeah, I looked at Cam. I had nothing to do with, like, Jeff Stoutland. And
sounds like you had a little something to do with it.
I mean, I just agreed with what Jeff. Listen, all of my influence comes from Howard Mudd and Jeff Stoutland at the NFL, right? So I think I look at offensive linemen in a very similar fashion as the way Jeff does. But there are a number of guys we like Linderbaum over in Baltimore as well. But we really, Cam Jurgens in particular, the way he moves out in space, all those things are things that we liked. But for the most part, I'm not ever involved with anything, much less have any idea with what we're about to do. So
yeah, I honestly, I have absolutely nothing to do with it. The only people that I actually watch film on are just the tight ends. I like seeing what tight ends are coming into the league and what kind of athletes we got representing tight end U, baby. Mm-hmm. So I just find out the picks when I see them come across the ticker, or just follow the old NFL app and watch these guys get picked. I have absolutely nothing to do with the draft of Kansas City. I got full trust that Brett Veach and Andy Reid have it all covered.
Yeah. Did you watch the draft? I guess that's the next question is, how do you find out the picks? You said you follow on your phone.
But I feel like last year I definitely watched because obviously a lot of Cincinnati guys.
Yep.
our guy.
Did you watch all 3 days, or did you watch?
Mostly just day 1, day 2.
Yeah.
I'll have it on the TV in the background for day 2 and day 3 for the most part, but I'll sit down and kind of watch the draft. I enjoy the experience, man. I enjoy seeing people, accomplish their dreams and take their life to the next level.
Yep.
Take their game to the next level. It's just it's a cool thing to appreciate, and it always puts me back into the moment that I got drafted and being around the family and seeing mom and dad kind of come to tears or get emotional because I actually got a job in the world. It was just it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Yeah. So it always makes me kind of go back to that, and anytime I can reminisce the good times, baby, I'm all in.
I agree, man. There's few things better than watching the draft. It's hard to watch day 3 because it's so long and there's so many picks. So I usually either put it on the background, like you said, or just follow on my phone to either certain players or Cincinnati guys or who the Eagles are picking.
Yeah.
But days 1 and 2, especially day 1, like seeing the guy get picked, his whole family's there. I think that adds a whole element to it. And I'm just curious who the Eagles draft. I sometimes don't watch the whole thing. I at least watch till the Eagles pick. And of course I watch on NFL Network with my man, Rich Eisen.
All right. Now, Rich.
Hey, yo.
Do you ever reach out to draftees or anybody that you guys are bringing into the building?
I have a couple times.
Kind of just wait until you see them in the building.
So usually guys that we drafted, I wait till we see them in the building. There's a couple of guys I've reached out to, but it's not typical. Most of the time I'm just waiting because they're going to be in the building the next day,
week or two.
Yeah. Like they're,
I try and reach out to the guys that are on offense at least, you know what I mean? Kind of just to set the tempo or set the gauge or the relationship to let them know, you know what I mean? We're here for you to make this thing as easy on you as possible, brother. If you need anything, just reach out. But I try and do that for the Cincinnati guys too, man. Nice. Reach out to everybody, let them know, you know what I mean? You got a fellow Bearcat, you got a fellow brother in this thing. If you need any advice, any reassurance, man, just give me a shout. Because I know that kind of stuff it helped me out so freaking much just to have you already in the league.
Right.
But to see a guy like Connor Barwin or to see guys that have been where I've been and you know, are where I want to be in life, you know, that always just makes everything just that much more fun and that much more appreciative, man.
Nice. Do you read mock drafts?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I have no.
They're
arguably the silliest thing ever.
I have no idea.
NCAA bracket. It's like, you know, you don't fucking know what these guys are going to do.
I think it's even worse than, dude. I don't think it makes any sense filling out a 7-round mock draft. Like, it makes the teams don't even know what's happening.
Fucking time.
Yeah,
exactly.
There are so many variables after the first round. I think I do pay attention to like who the top guys are for the first round. I don't read a full-on mock draft about that. I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, these are kind of this. It'll be interesting to see what this team does, and if they go with the quarterback that everybody's expecting them to go with, or they go someplace different. It'll be interesting to see if we pick who everyone else thinks we're going to pick. But outside of the first round, I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. And I think it's crazy that anybody even tries to do a mock draft after the first round. Just don't think it's doable.
The hardest non-QB position group to evaluate. Who are you going with?
So we've said this before, but I'll re-say it, I guess. I think the hardest positions to evaluate are the positions that have the most variables in determining whether that player plays well, because that's why one of the reasons I think quarterback is so hard to evaluate. So the two positions I think that have the most variables outside of just being a dominant player yourself that determine whether you're good or not are linebacker and offensive line.
Yeah, I was going to say offensive line.
I think offensive line is hard too because most people don't really understand offensive line or what it takes to be great at it. I do think tackles are a little bit easier to assess because, like, similar to a defensive end, if you can pass block a defensive end all game, you're probably going to be a pretty good tackle.
Yeah.
If you're long, strong, can run pretty fast, you're probably going to be a pretty good tackle. Especially interior guys. I think a lot of it comes down to system, scheme, plays being called. how they teach different techniques, whether that matches up with yours. Like there's a lot of different variables that go into it. And I think unless you either played, coached, or scouted the position specifically, I think it's very hard for the average person to do that. But then linebacker, I just think linebacker, like there's so many variables that go into whether you're a good linebacker, whether it's a 3-4, 4-3, do you fit that system? Yeah. Like what are the coaches asking you to do?
That front seven's got to be on the same page for you to be a good backer, man.
Like, are you playing man coverage and having to fuck and run one-on-one with like a tight end all day? Like, I don't know. I feel like the system can make a linebacker look really good who's actually just like an okay player, and can also conversely make a okay player look terrible if you're asking them to do a bunch of really hard things, more so than a lot of other positions. Yeah. That's my answer. What do you think?
I'm going to say I'm going to take it out of the hardest non-QB position. I'm just going to say the guys that are in like the D2, D3, D4, like the lower divisions. It's tough to evaluate those guys, but because you're not going up against the biggest guys, right? You know, most of the time, all the big guys go to the SEC or one of these Power 5 conferences, and it's I just feel like it's always kind of just a question in the air if their game's going to translate to the NFL.
Is it going to match up to better competition?
And man, it's fun when it does. You know what I mean? You just you love to see it, you love to appreciate it, and then on top of that, you usually feel like you found a hidden gem, like you found a diamond in the rough, right? And those are always a little bit more rewarding, I'm sure, for the scouts and the GMs when those guys pan out.
Well, and as players, I feel like we always love it when like a guy from any type of adversity background ends up making it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I just think those stories are the ones that like, because you know how hard it is to make it, and guys that have to come from D2, D3, it's extra hard. You got to try that much harder to stand out. You know, so yeah, I'm with you.
Let's think about some terminology. There's the plug and play guys. There's the system guy. There's the try hard guy. He's a workhorse right here, man. No shit, you better be a workhorse. And then one of our favorites. This guy's an athlete.
Hey yo, I actually like the athlete. I think in the right context, using it a certain way, I think it makes sense.
They all better be athletes if they're getting drafted. What do you mean?
No, there's some guys that are just, I think there's a lot of guys that are really talented that aren't that athletic, but they're good at football. There was an idea in my head that every player you bring in, you should just have them shoot a basketball or play pickleball, and you can tell right away whether their athleticism will correlate to sport. To me, like talent is how fast you can run, high you can jump, explosive you are, like all the things that you're kind of like born with.
Oh yeah, you gotta redo that. Talent. That's not talent.
That's why athleticism. See, I think that I think of it differently than everybody else. So this is why athleticism makes sense to me.
Okay.
To me, athleticism is how good you apply talent to a sport. That's what I think of when I think of athleticism. I've seen tons of guys that can run and jump and are unbelievable talented guys, but they're not athletic because they're not good at sports. Like they can run really fast, but they can't catch a ball. You're not athletic.
See, I feel like it's the other way around. If you can run, you're an athlete. If you can run and catch, now you're talented.
Yeah. Tomato, I guess. I think I did look it up. I think you're right by like the dictionary.
I hear what you're saying. I guess.
Like to me, if somebody tells me somebody's athletic, I think they're good at sports, which is why I think athleticism is just coordination plus talent.
So talent isn't necessarily taught in your book. You just have natural talent.
Talent is like what is God given. Like there's a story in the Bible or whatever where you get a certain amount of talents. Like to me, God-given ability is talent. Athleticism is the combination of talent, coordination, and skill. Skill is like how good you are at specific things for a given sport. Coordination is how well you put your talent and skill together to be good at sports. And athleticism is just you're good at physical activity, sports. Does that make sense?
No, I'm following you. Tomato.
You just don't think of it that way?
No.
All right, cool. Glad we got nothing out of that. Speaking of a guy who's talented and athletic, it's time to welcome our first guest, Trev.
I know this guy.
That's right.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, baby.
You know it. It's the sauce segment, baby. Let's get to it. All righty, it's time to welcome our guest. Our guest is 6'3", cornerback out of Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit!
Former member of the University of Cincinnati,
All right,
our
man.
alma mater, a fellow Bearcat. He was the Rookie Defensive Player of the Year.
All right now.
He's a first-time Pro Bowler,
Sheesh.
a first-time first-team All-Pro.
Damn.
He is the one and only Mr. Sauce Gardner. What's up, baby? Thanks for joining.
Hey, man, it's a blessing to be here, man, especially with y'all, too. You know, UC grads. You know, it's just a blessing to be able to be in this league with y'all, you know, putting on for UC. And I'm excited to just be on here, man.
Always
Man,
putting on, baby.
we're honored to have you. Obviously, man, Bearcat graduate, dominate. You guys had so much success in Cincinnati with Coach Fick and all. I mean, how many guys were drafted last year?
I think it was like 8 or 9 about.
Man,
I think it was
and that's the
9,
most in school history.
Yeah.
So you guys were dominating out there in Cincinnati.
Yes,
You
sir.
guys set
What,
the bar, man. You guys set the bar. I'll tell you what, all those Bearcats, baby, we were loud and proud.
Proud,
all
man.
the way through.
Oh, my gosh.
You know
Appreciate
it,
that. We heard y'all. Appreciate it.
man. Definitely.
Well, I got to ask you, you drafted last year. You were in Las Vegas for the draft. What was that like?
Man, it was a great experience. I just remember getting drafted, and as soon as I walked in the hall, the first person I seen was Ice Cube. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, man, it just blew my mind. Like, I'm like, this is really Ice Cube. You know, we took some pictures and everything. It was great, man. And the thing that just messed it all up, I just remember getting drafted. I'm like, all right, we about to go enjoy ourselves. You know, me and our draft class, me, Brees, Garrett, we about to go enjoy ourselves. I spent this interview thinking like, all right, we about to pop out somewhere.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, one of the females from the Jets, all right, come on, we're getting on a private jet.
Right
we're going
now.
to Jersey. I'm like,
Right now.
what?
Yeah.
So that kind of messed my whole draft night up, draft day up. But it was
Had
worth
to catch the red eye. Had to catch the red eye in New York, huh?
Things you got to do for being fourth overall, you know.
Exactly.
It ain't too bad. What I got to ask, did you know you were going to New York? Like, when did you have a good feeling you were going to 4?
When it got real close, I kind of felt like that was the move. Like, you know, Houston was a smooth spot. Like, I was just thinking about the no state taxes and all of that, but
Okay.
I don't think I really displayed a whole bunch of like zone and cover 2 on tape. So I don't think I really like fitted their ideal prototype, you know, of a cornerback. But when I was just thinking about the grand scheme of things with the Jets, them playing quarters, 3, man, everything, I'm like, all right, that's going to be the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So, this beats me too. I was going to ask this question later, but I'm going to ask because you just brought it up. Do you have a preferred coverage you like to run?
I mean,
I know you like man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I like playing man.
Yeah.
You know,
Put them hands on
being
you?
able to get my hands on, use my strength.
For sure.
You know what I mean? My cornerback coach, you know, he taught me a lot, you know, man zone, whatever. He actually from Cleveland. That's the crazy thing.
Really?
He actually
Who
from
is he?
Cleveland. His name is Tony Oden. So he coached Slade, Xavier Howard. He always be talking about y'all, man. You know what I mean? He's from Cleveland. He always talk about how Cleveland is this and that. And you know, I'm from Detroit. I'll be like, you know, y'all got everything from us over there at Cleveland. So we be going back.
No. Don't start that, Sauce. Sauce, don't start that. Don't start that. We're all in the Midwest, baby. You already know.
I bet, yeah.
What is that? How you know Big Play? That's how you got to know Slay? Because I knew you guys knew each other before the draft.
Yeah, I actually met Slay in high school when he was playing in Detroit. He came to my high school and you know, he worked out, and I remember I was up there and I was able to like get some work in with him. It was a great experience.
Pick his brain, man. What a great dude too, man. The guy you could run into like that in high school, because he's all for kind of bringing along the younger generation and making sure everybody's on board. One of the best leaders I've known, and I've never even played with him, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that, man. Like, you know, you get some guys that's in the NFL and they just all about themselves and everything. Like, he actually a guy that's humble, and you know, like you said, he like to bring the young guys with him, and that's kind of how I am. Like, I'm not somebody that try to be all Hollywood. Like, I'm willing to, put myself out there when it comes to the youth. Like, always willing to just help.
That's everything. Yeah.
Were there any other teams outside of Houston and New York, or were those the two teams that you were like, man, it's going to happen with one of them?
I mean, yeah, it got to that point. Like, the Giants was like, what happened with the Giants?
I'm glad you didn't end up there.
Look.
I'm glad. Hey, that's good.
I went to the Giants. This is before I even knew like I was gonna be like pick that 3 or 4. Yeah. I went to the Giants visit, and I think it was Coach Dink. It was the defensive coordinator. Like he got like this
wink.
Yep. He got like this golfing thing in his office, and he told me if I like make 3 out of 5 putts or something like that, or 3 out of 10, that they was gonna pick me at 5. So this is before I even knew. This is before
Have you golfed before?
I saw the video that UC just posted. I saw the video.
Look, hear me out.
You didn't hit a fucking putt. You didn't hit one.
I definitely hit 2. 2 out of 10. I definitely did. Relax. But look, the thing with UC, I didn't even get to golf there. Like, I never actually like golfed. Like, I went to the driving range and like, got busy at
like
the
a
driving
top
range.
golf. Yeah.
Like, I'm a top golf warrior. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, you would think I'm really him when it comes to like the holes and everything. Like,
I mean, dude, if you put the practice in, I mean, the one thing that blew me away when you were, because I saw you when you were in Philly coming through for your top 30.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time, I was like, God, that motherfucker played cornerback.
Yeah.
Like, how big you are, long. Like, I think, like when it comes to golfing, you got the frame for it. Mm-hmm. Long arms, big old swing. You probably kill it if you get once you get used to it.
Yeah, I agree, man. I just got to put more time in. That's it.
You already know. You're too busy. You're too busy winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, man.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got to ask you that. Do you got any advice?
I
mean, having so much success in your rookie year, do you got any advice to any of the draft guys coming out? Because I mean, Travis and I damn sure didn't have that much success our rookie year. Yeah. Like, what do you credit right away having that much success, and what advice do you give the guys coming out this year?
The main thing I would say is, like, don't come in feeling too cocky and arrogant no matter where you drafted. You know what I mean? Like, that was my main thing. I came in and I was trying to be a sponge. I was trying to soak up all the information, all the game that the coaches, my vets, even somebody that's my age that they was trying to give me. So that's the main thing, and that's what, like, got me so much respect, in our building. You know what I mean? That's one of the main things, is just be willing to listen, be willing to learn.
That's the best, man.
That's the main thing.
You already know. Taking it to the top from the jump, man. Let's talk a little bit more about last year. You're the only rookie to make All-Pro. You got to tell me the mind frame that you have coming into the season. Like, are there certain goals that you want to accomplish? Are there certain things that you have, like, kind of listed, like Defensive Rookie of the Year? Was that one of them, or what was your mindset coming into the year?
Yeah, so it was All-Pro, Pro Bowl, and Defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, I remember I told somebody from the media that, and I said Defensive Rookie of the Year. That was the first one, because I'm a rookie, of course. Like, that's gonna be the first one.
Need that.
Like, when I said All-Pro and Pro Bowl, they looked at me like, you know what I mean? Like, I was crazy. But I'm like, man, I just feel like I'm not gonna let nobody put more work into me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put as much work in as I can, and when I step on there on that field, no matter who it is, I'm gonna dominate.
Oh yeah, from the jump we saw it.
Mentality right there.
From the jump we saw it, man. You walked out of Lambeau Field last year with a cheese head on, baby. Bro. You already know that was one of the most iconic parts. Everybody will remember that about your rookie year. How did it feel and have you since made up with Aaron Rodgers? Because I know he's trying to make his way over there in New York.
I mean, honestly, man, that was just a great experience. Like, I can't even believe I did that still. Like, that's not even nothing I could possibly think of doing. Like,
how did you even get the cheese head? Did somebody throw it at you?
The Jets fans then took the cheese head off a Packers fan and gave it to me. Dog. And I watched
No way.
Appreciate you. You know what I mean? We just got the dub. But to talk about Aaron Rodgers, like, my first text message to him was a picture of the cheese head. You know what I mean? I didn't even say no words. I just sent him a picture and click send. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just texted me back like, why do you have that? LOL. You know what I'm saying? So that started everything, man. You know, and he's a great guy. Like, I would never be expect to be able to have somebody like that on my team. Like, I'm hoping it happens. You know, that'll just be great, you know, for me and for the whole organization.
Yeah, not to hate on anybody that you played with last year, but to have a Hall of Fame quarterback like that, I mean, me and Jason can both attest to having a great quarterback, man. It switches the entire mentality and confidence of the team, man.
Right.
That's just how it goes, man. The QB kind of runs the show like that. But we talk a lot about mentors on the show. A guy like Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, for me, coming into the league, were huge, you know, just in giving me that almost that reassurance of confidence that I know what I'm doing and I can do this and I can be one of the best, or I can be the best me. But you got a chance to spend some time with my guy Darrelle Revis, man.
Yeah.
Having him around the building, what was that like, hearing things from him, and what all did you really gather from him early on?
Man, it was great, man. First thing he just told me, like, I could do anything I put my mind to. You know, man. That's when after I first got drafted, but, you know, he started spending more time at the facility. You know, we got a chance to, like, break down some film, watch some film. So I got to see his film. He got to see some of mine. Like, man, he a great dude, man. I'm just blessed to have gotten a chance to just spend time with him.
You already know. Smart guy, man.
I got to ask you, what do you think is the most important thing to be like a dominant?
I mean, it's the hardest position on the field.
By far.
and you're the best.
To what you just said, I don't want to steal your answer if this is your answer, but like the best corners to me have that mentality that they're the best. Like, I feel like you have to have that, because like to be able to weather a big play happening, like somebody making something happening that's kind of, dude just made a good play, but still in your head know that you're a dog and like you the best player on the field. I feel like the best corners I've been around, and those are the guys I like playing with anyways.
Yeah.
Have that. Like, what do you think makes a cornerback great?
I mean,
what do you think?
Everything has to go around confidence. You got to have confidence. That's the core trait that you must have to be a dominant corner. Because I done been around some guys who had a mentality that he get paid too. Of course he gonna make them plays. Then you got the guys that's like, I don't care how much you get paid. I'm not gonna let this happen. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I'm more on that side. You know what I mean? So I got guys like DJ that's, you know, just he not the biggest guy, but he got that mentality that he don't want to give anything up.
Him.
Exactly.
For sure.
I don't want to give up a 5-yard catch. I get mad. I get mad at myself no matter what it is. So, you know, just having that mentality as well on top of that, like it just help mold you into a dominant cornerback.
Do you go into a game legitimately like the goal is 0 catches?
Yeah. That's how I go every time. I mean, it don't happen all the time.
Dogs,
it don't happen all the time. Like more times than not.
For sure.
It's probably not gonna happen. Like 0 is crazy. The only time I got allowed 0 completions is when we played the Lions, and I was so mad because I'm playing my hometown team, and I'm like, I'm about to go crazy. I'm talking about
you got
I'm trying to get my first pick 6 this game. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. 0 targets.
They couldn't let you shine.
Not even exactly.
They're like, we're not even letting you make a play.
Exactly. 0 targets. I couldn't even believe that.
But that's also a compliment in itself.
Exactly.
Of course. But did you grow up a Lions fan?
No, I didn't.
Who was your team?
I was a Steelers fan. And my brother was a Packers fan.
Did you have a favorite player growing up?
Let me think.
Don't got to be
Calvin
a
Johnson
DB.
was one of my top receivers, but my favorite player growing up,
Megatron.
Nah, it wasn't even him. He was my favorite player on the Lions. You know, him and Matt Stafford. But Chad Ocho Cinco was my favorite player.
Ocho Cinco.
Yes.
How about that?
Funny thing, man. When we were at Cincinnati, Ocho actually used to come down to our spring practices, our summer practices, and do one-on-ones with all of the DBs, all the wideouts. Bro, when I tell you he was one of those
crazy,
bro, it was unbelievable. I still remember those days seeing him just absolutely torch college DBs and turn them around and do whatever he wanted to with them. But I'll tell you what, man, for a guy like that to be able to go back to UC, or to go to like a college and just work out with guys and show his face. Those are memories and things that you know what I mean, you don't get every single day, man. So shout out to Ocho.
Sure.
But that Matthew Stafford and Megatron, that connection was legendary up in
Yeah.
Detroit. It was legendary.
Even though they was going 0-16 or 1-16, it was still
it
good.
wasn't good.
No, I mean,
Did you root for any Detroit teams? Pistons? Bad
like,
Boys?
It's like it was hard to, because you want to root for them, but you just thinking in the back of your head like, no.
The Tigers are pretty good when you were growing up, right?
Yeah,
Tigers were they're all right.
I went to more baseball games than I went to football games.
Sure,
and I never even played baseball.
Yeah,
right. You were just naming a whole bunch of wide receivers as your favorite. Or did you want to play wide receiver growing up?
I played wide receiver my whole life until the end of my sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just made the transition. I'll tell you what, man, a 6'3" DB, man, that's a different breed right there. That's a different breed. I've always felt like I had to fill Tony Gonzalez's shoes when I got to the league. Like knowing that Darrelle Revis Island, the Jets, meeting him, being able to talk to him and kind of gather all the information from him. Were you had any pressure living up to what he's already done in that organization in the league? Or you just, in your mind, you just kind of just want to be your own player and do your own thing and reach your own heights?
Yeah, I don't want to limit. Yeah, I like that. I like that right there.
All right now.
I'm never the type to limit myself to someone else's success. Like, same with me. Like, when it's somebody and I'm that dude, don't be like me. Be better than me. So, you know, I admire him. I admire his game. You know, I was looking forward to meeting him. You know, he was a great corner and everything, but I want to be better than him. You know what I mean? Yeah. They call it like when people say Sauce Island, they just think about Darrelle Revis Island. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Like I'm on an island as well. But like that's why I let the fans, they created Lost in the Sauce. Like I didn't even make that up. Like I like that. It in the comments on Twitter and I'm like, hold on. We're gonna use this.
Too much sauce.
Exactly.
Too much sauce. Who's on your DB Mount Rushmore? If you could list four of them, who's on your DB Mount Rushmore?
Four of them is crazy.
All time.
Oh, all time.
They can be current. They can be current too if you got somebody.
It's your list.
But all time best corners.
If it's all time, I ain't gonna name nobody current. It'd be when I name somebody current because I remember what was it? We played the Packers and. Before I got drafted, somebody had told me to list my top 5 DBs, and I left out Jair Alexander right after the game.
Oh, okay.
He had
came right up to you.
He came right up to me like, nah, you didn't put me in that top 5, nah. You know what I mean? Like, oh my, like you there.
It's crazy.
You don't realize the motivation you're giving guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But top 5. I mean,
all time.
5 or 4? 4?
4.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with Darrelle Revis.
Yep.
Deion Sanders.
Oh, prime time.
So 2 good ones so far.
Do I go Charles Woodson though?
You have to.
I mean,
he's right in. He grew up right in between Detroit and Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go Charles Woodson.
Legend.
All right.
I'm thinking Champ Bailey, but I don't know.
Champ,
Champ, he dominated
right
when he was in the league.
He definitely did.
Yeah. Trying to think of who else.
I'm thinking of people that was too like in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what was the DB always used to run the 40-yard dash at the skills competition?
Either way, those 4 right there. Revis, Prime.
Yeah, that's good.
Champ.
Yeah. I feel like I'm cool with that. I can sleep at night with that.
Darrell Green.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Darrell Green?
Did he not play for the – he ain't play for the Jets?
I think he played for a couple teams. I know he played for Washington for a stint.
I think he played for the Jets
all
too.
Washington.
Oh, all Washington?
All.
Oh, man. No, he definitely used the slide.
Well, let's get into this is the Buffalo Wild Wings draft episode. What's going on with you and Buffalo Wild Wings? We got to know.
Man, we started a partnership, man, that I'm just truly blessed to, have started before my rookie season. My name's Sauce, so the first thing I did was tell my marketing team that I want to be able to be a part of something special as far as Sauce. So when they came at me and asked me about Buffalo Wild Wings, I couldn't turn that down because all while I was in high school, even before that probably, anytime there was football games on or any sports games, I was going there. With my family, they got all the TVs all around. So, I was always there. So it was a true blessing to be able to just have that opportunity to just make something happen with them.
Do you ever go to the one at the university? Because Trav and I damn sure did every wing night.
Day.
Yeah.
I went there a lot, but I had a taste for it, but I didn't want to go to that specific location when I was just back at Cincinnati.
Okay.
They had my cardboard cutout and everything right in the doorway. I'm like, and I'm on campus, and I'm on UC campus. I don't know if
it's gonna be it ain't gonna be a very peaceful meal. Well,
exactly.
I gotta say, you guys mailed us boxes. We got the boxes here. I'm gonna do an official unveiling. I hold it because I knew we were gonna get to this episode.
Yeah.
Got your card in here. Hey, is this legitimately signed by you?
If you see my signature there, of course.
Is that?
He said,
is it a computer signature or is this an actual sauce gun?
I was snapping stuff for real.
Okay, all right, bet.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
It's official, man.
I'm gonna actually try this right here. What do we got? Time out. You held the first ever autograph signing using sauce?
Oh yeah. One of
you were
How
signing,
do you do that?
I was signing in sauce. Like it was like a sauce pen.
You using your finger or you using an actual pen?
Nah, it was a sauce pen.
A sauce pen.
A sauce pen?
Exactly. I never.
How
never
are they
even
not
knew.
selling these things?
Exactly.
That's got to
People
be
come
on the
up with-
market.
Yeah.
What are we dealing with? What kind of sauce is this?
So it's barbecue, right? But it's sweet and spicy though.
Those are two good combinations right
You know
there.
what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, now was that your go-to growing up? Sweet and spicy
man.
sour sauce,
Always
barbecue sauce.
sweet and spicy, man. Barbecue sauce. Always.
Look at this dude.
Hold on.
Would you just put that on?
Hold on.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Heard you.
He goes
ain't
back
lying.
for more.
The sweet kick.
The sweet.
Man, that's good.
kick.
I'm mad I haven't opened this already.
You putting that sauce on everything or what?
Yeah, man. It's really going on everything. Like, for real, you might be able to get away with it on a salad too. A chicken salad?
Dude, that does actually sound pretty good.
I can see
Telling
it.
you, man. Telling you.
Throw it on some eggs in the morning. You put this on a lot of things.
Yeah.
This is perfect. That's nice. Now, did you help come up with this?
Yeah, man.
Like, how does that work?
That was the thing. They just was sending me different types and asking, like, my opinion, when it comes to flavors, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I put my 2 cents in there, thinking sweet heat, but barbecue sauce at the same time. You know what I mean? And, they ended up sending it to me. I tried it and I was like, yep, that's the one right there.
Well, I got to say, man, I've never seen another player in the league have a specific sauce for him. But for a guy named Sauce, I mean, it makes complete sense. I'm not going to lie. It's like it's a good fit right there.
Exactly.
I'm lost in the sauce right now. What is this? Do you think Sauce, like, you don't got to be cocky, you don't got to be humble. Honest opinion, is Sauce the best nickname in the NFL?
Yes.
I think it is. Like, I don't think,
Yes.
like, the only other ones we got Cheetah, right, for Tyreek Hill. We got King Henry for Derrick Henry.
Hold on. Jettas, right?
Jettas. Yep.
Jettas, yeah.
The Jettas. We got Honey Badger. That's a good one. Honey Badger's good.
When he was at LSU and they called him the Honey Badger, that was he shook up the whole world with that one.
We already mentioned him, but Big Play Slay. Got to throw him in the mix.
I'm not gonna lie, Big Play Slay, that's valid too, though.
Right?
He letting you know what he's trying to do, like what he actually is doing, making big plays.
Yes. And then of course we got Big Yeti for my man Trav here. I don't know if he wants to keep that one though. He's trying to get rid of it.
I got that at UC, playing at the park at UC. You already know.
Hey, how did like I heard your story and I had to ask you, like, did you come in playing Trav, did you come in playing a different position?
Oh, yeah. I came in playing QB under Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
And then when Butch Jones came in, I moved over to tight end and found a whole nother love for the game, man. It was crazy. I got to do a whole lot more. I didn't have the stress of trying to throw the ball all over the place and make decisions. It was kind of a little bit more of a easy feel. But, yeah, I transitioned into the tight end room halfway through college, and the best decision I ever made.
Yeah, man. Okay.
You already know.
Were you only with Fick were you recruited and only played for?
Yeah,
Fick?
yeah. My cornerback coach left after a year. Then I got another cornerback coach.
Gotcha.
And he stayed with me for 2 years. And our defensive coordinator, Marcus Freeman, he left after
went to Notre Dame.
A couple years.
Indeed.
Went to Notre Dame and caught a little spanking when we played them.
Need that.
A quick
Need that. Need that.
You know,
Did you? Well, how do you think Fickle's going to do over at Wisconsin?
I think he's going to do great. Like he know what it takes to win. Like you just gotta just buy into the program.
Have you met Satterfield yet at UC?
Yep. I met him. I just met him when I was at their spring game. No, actually at one of their spring practices. I ended up meeting him. He's cool people. Oh yeah.
What back to Cincinnati a little bit. What was it like making the college football playoffs? Like first time ever for I mean, what's that called? I don't even know what the classification was, but a non big conference school to make the playoffs.
Non-Power 5, I believe.
Non-Power 5. There you go.
Man, it was great. I mean, that's not something that I thought we would do. Like when I first, committed to UC.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it ended up happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a lot of great guys on that team, a lot of great players, and man, that's probably one of the best years I'd have had. Like my brothers,
it had to be a blast, man.
It was definitely a blast, man. And just being able to play against Bama, because we wouldn't have played them if we didn't make the playoffs. And the way I think about it, if we didn't make the playoffs, we wouldn't have played Bama, then I wouldn't have got drafted where I would have got drafted. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't going against Alabama's every week.
Right.
But the guys who I was going against, I was dominating. So when they see I was able to do the same thing versus Alabama, they were like, okay, he a dude for real.
This is legit.
Neither one of you guys gave up a touchdown, right? Did that stand true all the way through the year?
No, I definitely didn't. I don't know exactly what Kobe. Don't get me wrong, he had a great year.
No, you already know. He was
he
was up for the he won the come
Jim
on now.
Jim Thorpe.
I was about to say he won the Jim Thorpe Award.
Yeah, he brought the Jim Thorpe to Cleveland.
Were you guys going into the season like, nah, I'm gonna get it?
Yeah.
Were you guys battling for it?
Yeah, we was battling for it. We definitely was like we was like, I'm gonna get it now. He was like, he gonna get it. You know what I mean? And
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. He ended up getting it. I was super happy. He ended up getting that. And I ended up getting an anonymous first team All-American. So, it worked out for both of us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What all right, you've already given us more time than you agreed, so we appreciate it. I got one last question. Are you guys coming out with a sauce Aaron Rodgers connection? Maybe a little bit of cheese to mix with the sweet heat? Like
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers becomes a Jet, that's definitely gonna be in the talks. It's definitely gonna be
Let's go, A. Let's go, AR.
Let's make it happen, man.
Let's do it.
Let's go, Sauce. Let's go, baby. Go get that defensive player of the year next year, man.
Oh yeah, I definitely need. Nah, I might have to go. I might have to go get MVP. My fault.
Ooh,
MVP.
I might have to.
Has there ever been a corner? There's never been a cornerback to win MVP now, right?
Nah, it's like
I think it's just been D lineman.
Why is it so many quarterbacks? Like when you think MVP, it's like quarterbacks be the first ballot when it comes to the picks.
Yeah.
Does that upset you? Are quarterbacks enemy number one or receivers enemy number one? What's the order of
Good question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quarterbacks first because like, why would you even try me like that? You know what I mean? They're the ones handling the ball, so it's always them first. But it's like the receivers second, but they're a close second. Like it's quarterback and it's like receiver, like right there. It's not like a huge drop off because I don't like receivers anyway. You know what I mean? I don't like them either.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll say quarterbacks first. Then offensive coordinators first.
What?
Yeah,
You're going
gotta,
straight to the coach.
I'm
gotta get in that OC's head.
I'm looking at the coach like, seriously?
You dialing that up?
I'm down.
I'm thinking the same thing though. I feel like whenever I go into a game, I'm playing against a defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then from there, you trickle down to the tendencies of the guys in front of you. But for the most part, I'm looking at the overall grand scheme of things and what everybody's got to do on every single play for the defense, man.
Right.
Do you got a coordinator that's on your list? Who's number one coordinator on your list? You want to even say that? Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Hold on.
You don't got to if you don't want to.
I have to I have to have played against him?
No. No, just one that like you're like, he's on my list. I can't wait to show him what Sauce Gardner's about.
Hey, who y'all offensive coordinator, Trav? I'm not gonna lie.
So we got a new one. We got a new one. Brian Johnson's our offensive coordinator now.
Okay.
Our offensive coordinator from last year is the head coach for the Colts now. Shane Steichen.
Reed is the only answer.
Okay. So I probably have to say
the best to ever do it. He's got to be on your list.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked who your offense coordinator is. He number one on the list.
All right.
He number one on the list, man.
That's fair. All righty. That about does it for this episode. Again, thank you so much to Sauce Gardner for coming on with us on New Heights.
Sure.
Cincinnati Bearcats episode, baby. Make sure you're subscribed on our YouTube channel so you can watch all these videos as they get released. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. The next draft episode will be coming out to you Monday. Not next Wednesday. It'll be coming out on Monday because we're going to be doing the live show on Wednesday. So make sure you're ready on Monday for the episode next week.
First live show, baby.
Yes, sir.
Dude, we're nervous about that. I'm nervous about that.
It's smooth. It's way smoother when you can edit everything out of here.
Yeah, this is easy. Cut out
all the stuff.
Y'all
gonna do your thing though, man.
Once again, New Heights is presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Woo! Don't forget,
baby.
For a limited time, order any B-Dubs burger and get 6 boneless wings for just $1. When I tell you I used to order...
Time out. There's no such thing as boneless wings. It's only chicken nuggets. It's not a thing. There ain't no thing as a boneless wing.
At BW3s or Buffalo Wild Wings, there's definitely boneless wings.
No, that's chicken nuggets.
No, it just don't have the...
He's just sicko songs. Don't buy into it, man. He's just sicko. I will say this though: when I used to go to B-Dubs on campus, I used to get the barbecue bacon burger and about 18 wings.
That's back when you were blocking motherfuckers.
Big man. Big man. Everybody follow the show on all social media platforms at New Heights Show with 1 S for fun clips throughout the week. Thanks to our production and crew. Thank you to the 92%ers and Sauce. Thank you so much for putting on for UC, putting on for Detroit, the Midwest, and keep leading the young generation, man. And keep balling out, dog. Go get that MVP next year, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you see what I'm doing though? I'm like setting the bar for MVP.
Yeah.
To just like overachieve, and then they just tell me like, no, he's not an MVP. Then I just get the Defensive Player of the Year. You know
no, you set the bar high.
You know what I mean?
No, I get where you're at, but
your dreams ain't bigger than you. You ain't dreaming big enough, baby.
Exactly.
Listen, I got no problem. Pushing the Sauce Gardner for MVP campaign.
Okay.
We'll get this done.
Okay,
New Heights. We're gonna be pushing that.
All right now.